Alright, Shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, Bahasham, Rakakudash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and much salutation to all the brothers that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom. This is Proverbs chapter 8, verse 1. It says, "Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice?" Just like it says in Proverbs chapter 1. Because wisdom is crying out here in the streets, in the chief place of concourse, and people don't consider the things that we are doing, the work that we are doing, the sacrifices that we're making to to bring out this word, to preach the gospel week in and week out, for however long the Lord allows for his people to obtain salvation, mainly his elect. Because if we was here trying to wake up the whole nation of Israel, with these niggas being so damn stubborn, we would never leave here. Because they so stuck on America and the American society and the American way, and they just don't have any hope. These people out here, they hopeless, man. And I made a statement Wednesday when we did our weekly lesson, because this word gives our people hope, man. We got hope in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And that's something that these people, our people in the world, they can't find. They can't find no hope. They can't find anything to rely on and trust on as solid like a rock, like Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They may think they have a good, reliable source, but they really don't. And when shit hit the fan, they gonna figure that out. That they should have stayed up, they should have listened to the wisdom that is crying in the streets, man. But the scripture says Israel does not consider. Verse 2, it says, "She standeth in the top of the high places, by the way, in the places of the paths. She cried at the gates and at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors," because that's where the prophets are. They are in the chief place of concourse. Out in the open. They're not hid. They out in the open in the gates of the city. You might be riding through a city and you ride through downtown and you might see the prophets downtown, man. Pushing the word. Because most brothers, where they teach at is downtown, Verse 4, it says, "Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is unto the sons of men. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart." An understanding heart means an understanding mind, because the Hebrew word, the word heart comes from the Hebrew word law, which means your mind. So you got to have an understanding mind, man. It says, "Here, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things." And that's what we speak through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. It's all the Lord, but it's the wisdom of the Lord, man. The wisdom of the Lord is out here speaking pleasant things, but you people don't hear it. You don't hear the pleasant things that the wisdom of Yahweh Shemel Shah is out here speaking, man. Which he has given, which is in the world, man. It's men out here that's pushing that wisdom. Verse 7, it says, "For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips." Right. All the words of my mouth are righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. So we ought to listen to that voice. We ought to listen to Yahweh Shemel Shah and his wisdom. Verse 9, "They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to him that find knowledge." Right, because it's a lot of people that don't understand out here. And they stumble over the things that are written in these scriptures. They stumble over simple shit. It might be the so-called rape doctrine. When it's a understanding, it's a proven fact that once a woman reaches the age of either around 12, some women get it before 12, some get it after 12. Their menstrual cycle occurs, which means, if you look at what a menstrual cycle means, that basically is when a woman's body is ready to bear children. That's as simple as that, man. You know, and people stumble over simple things like that because they really foolish, man. You know, they really don't have an understanding heart, and they're being emotional about the situation. They're not looking at it logically. You know, it's the way that the Lord set it up. It ain't no way that you can argue against what the Lord created. If the Lord created a woman's menstrual cycle for to be ready to bear children at 12, that's what it is, man. Who are you to question or change what the Lord put in place, man? You people are fucking stupid, man. You know, it's something that's so simple as that, man. How hard is it to understand that? The Lord created it that way. A menstrual cycle means she's ready to bear children. She's ready to have sex. She's ready to have kids, man. Well, have kids, and how do you have kids? Through the act of sex, man. It's not rocket science, man. But you know, the scripture says, verse 9 again, they are all plain to him that understand it. So this is a plain thing to the men that understand. It says, and right to them that find knowledge. So this is a right thing, man. The things that we're learning in this truth, man, they are all right. It's nothing wrong, man. You know, you can never go wrong, man. Verse 10, it says, receive my instruction and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. So all of these fleshly desired things that we desire cannot be compared to the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, the scripture says it, and that's a true statement, man. You know, because all of these things in this world is nothing but vanity, man. You know, sometimes you may, be thinking about how vain this life is, man. You know, this life is vain. You know, if we don't have Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the life is going to be completely vain, man. You know, and the way this world is, man, sometimes if you're in the right spirit, man, you're going to see how vain this world is. This world right here that we're living in, how vain it is, man. And it's full of vanity, man. Because the real men of the Lord see right through this place, man. And it ain't nothing but vanity. So we looking forward to that next world, man. That new world wherein dwelleth righteousness, like the scripture says. Verse 12, it says, I wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. Verse 13, the fear of Yahweh is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way and the foul mouth do I hate. So the Lord hates these things. But through the Spirit, man, I'm going to keep reading. It says verse 14, counsel is mine and sound wisdom. I am understanding, I have great strength. I have strength. By me kings reign and princes decree justice. By me princes rule and nobles, even all the judges of the earth. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. And that's talking about wisdom. Because by wisdom, kings reign. A foolish king is not going to be long on the throne, man. Best believe that. If you're a foolish king, you ain't gonna be ruling for long, man. Because if you're a foolish king, you're going to do foolish things. Something that a fool would do. If you're a foolish king, you're not going to think rationally, man. You're not going to think logically. You're not going to think right. All your priorities are not going to be in the right place, man. Ultimately, your heart is not going to be in the right place. Because you're not backed up by wisdom. Scripture says it's better to get wisdom. This is Proverbs 4 and 7. I'm going to actually start at 5. It says, get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. So we ought to love wisdom, man. Be obedient to the wisdom that we have. through the Spirit and power, Yahweh Shemel Shah. Verse 7, it says, wisdom is the principal theme. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So wisdom is the principal theme, but you can't forget about understanding. You know, they're like brother and sister, you know, wisdom and understanding. You know, because if you got wisdom, it's a must that you have understanding. You know, wisdom will help you understand a lot of things, man. That understand this vain life, understand a lot of different situations that you go through. Hey, wisdom will help you understand these things, man. Understand that different things, man. Whatever it may be. It says, exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. She shall give to thee give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. Right? And that's the point, you know, living for a very long time. And ultimately, we're going to have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in our inward parts, and we're going to live forever. You know, we ain't going to never have to worry about dying again, burying a family member, a close relative, going to a funerals and stuff like that, man. You ain't going to hear that in Israel, man. You know, we ain't going to have to worry about dying, man. So we got a lot of hope. We got a lot of things to look forward to, man. I just wanted to do this little quick, you know, video through the Spirit, man. This wasn't planned, you know, it's straight through the Spirit. So concerning wisdom, you know, and how people don't consider the wisdom that is out here in the open and is for free, but they would rather pay their pastor to teach them some bullshit, man, every Sunday, every year, every week. You know, so people don't consider, hey, like the scripture says, the blind lead the blind, and they both shall fall into a ditch, man. So, hey, those the undesirables, the ones the Lord don't want. But this, you know, I hope you brothers was edified with this lesson, man. I want to say, Shalom, Kwam Yashala, Wa Abba Baba, Wa Abad Adawam, Shalom. And I'm going to give all praises